Hello everyone, Assalamualaikum and good day to all. I hope that you are in good condition. As I have told you before, I am going to explain more about those phrases that we learned from the previous lesson. So before we go to that part, we are going to listen to the song once again, and then we are going to continue with the elaboration of what we have seen in the song itself. So everyone, let's listen to the song.
Get smart. I am running, you are jumping, and you're hitting the ball. We are having fun together, we are playing volleyball. Sue is dancing, Pete is singing, and he's playing the guitar. Sam and Matt are playing tennis, they are having lots of fun.
So everyone, we are actually looking at certain words of phrases. I mean phrases and also sentences that consist verb with the additional ing. Words like playing, words like hitting, throwing, having. Okay, all those words. So all those words are actually verbs in another how do we call it, in another form of verb in sentences, another form of verb in sentences. Okay, if you can recall, before this I have explained to you about the usage of simple present tense in making sentences. So when you were learning about those simple present tense, you learned that in simple present tense you are going to use the verb to be, is, am, and are, and then you are going to add as or no as, add es or no es, and lastly add ies or no ies. There are some others actually, but I am going to talk about it later because I want to continue and I want to move on to another part of the tenses, of which the present continuous tense. Those are actually the ones that you have seen in that page 25. All right, so let's have a look at this. Now we are talking about the present continuous tense. The present continuous tense. As a reminder, tenses, the meaning of tenses itself is kata kerja yang menunjukkan waktu. It is action word. Action word. So those action word will show you the time. Right? So the words or the action words that you are using, you are going to show the time by using those tenses. So now we are focusing on present continuous tense. We are focusing on present continuous tense. Okay. If you still remember from my previous lesson in the simple present tense, I've shown you the list of tenses that we have from past tense to present tense and also future tense. And now we are focusing on the second one in present tense, which is present continuous tense. All right. Number one, you have to understand the word continuous means, comes from the word continue. Continue is something that you done repeatedly. Okay, so when you are doing something repeatedly, you are going to say it using present continuous tense. So that is the basic idea of how are you going to use it. So have you ever seen these words? Playing, jumping, eating, running, walking, and as you can see in the song, from the song, other words like throwing, throwing is from the page. From the song, it's like, yeah, playing and all. So from the page itself, you can see some of the verb, they add up ing, or some word like running here, they add ing, but you have another extra n here. And in that page of 25, you can see that words like hitting, the words like hitting, H-I-T-T-I-N-G. The, the original word or the root word is actually hit, but to make it into continuous, you are going to add another t before you add the ing there. So what are actually the differences? You can see the word playing. If you recall from the previous lesson, you will be able to see that you are using verb in this kind of form. Either you don't add any s or you add an s, right? And then for word like jumping, if you are using it in simple present tense, you will say jump, you will say jumps. For eating, you will say eat or eats. For the words of verb like running, you will say run or runs. And then here, walking, you will see walk and walks in simple present tense. So what is the difference between those two? What is the difference? All right, so let's have a look at example of sentences. When you are writing using a present continuous tense, using the present continuous tense, you will write something like this. He is playing tennis. You can see from the lyrics, he's playing the guitar. He's playing the guitar, meaning to say he is playing the guitar. So here, the example, he is playing tennis. So in Bahasa Melayu, the meaning of it is dia sedang bermain tenis. If you look at the previous lesson whereby we're learning about the simple present tense, these are the two examples that we are going to write when we want to say or we want to talk about play tennis. If the subject is they, we are going to say they play tennis. Mereka bermain tenis. Or if the subject is he, we will say he plays tennis. Dia bermain tenis. So if you look carefully, the difference here is at the usage of the word sedang. Sedang bermain and also bermain, is playing and play and also plays. Right? So here we are looking at the example. I'm using here the subject of he. So he is playing. When you want to mention something about doing it repeatedly, continuously, so you are going to say, for example, like play, you are going to say it as playing. And if the subject is from the sehat group, you are going to add up the verb to be there. So you will say, he is playing. He is playing. Let's say I change the verb to jump. You want to say that he jumps repeatedly, continuously. So you are going to say that he is jumping. He is jumping. Let's say he is jumping high, for example. Okay, let's try again. Okay, this one. For the present continuous tense, he is jumping on the floor. He is jumping on the floor. Like I said just now, if you are writing the sentence or making the sentence or saying the sentence with simple present tense, you will say just he jumps, only he jumps. Okay, he jumps on the floor. Dia melompat di atas lantai. But when you want to say something which is done continuously, repeatedly, you will say he is jumping on the floor. Okay. The action of jumping, sedang melompat. Okay, and then we need is here to show the subject. Okay, if I am using they for present continuous tense, I can no longer use is over here. For example, for this sentence, he is jumping on the floor. I change he to they. So they is considered as weird group. So remember, weird group, we are not using is. Okay. So which one should I choose? Meaning to say, when you want to write in present continuous tense. So remember these three things. Remember these three things. The keyword for present continuous tense is sedang. Bermain, sedang bermain. Makan, sedang makan. Tidur, sedang tidur. Whenever you add up sedang in your sentence, means you are actually doing it continuously. So you have to add the ing. Where to add the ing? You add the ing to the verb. For example, the verb is jump, so it becomes jumping. The verb sleep, it becomes sleeping. But remember, for some verb, for example, like the example that I've shown you earlier, running, the original word, the root word is run, R-U-N, run, but you cannot just add ing, you have to add another n there, R-U-N-N-I-N-G. How to practice that? That is through the learning process. The more you read, the more you use the continuous tense, then you will see the differences, which and how. The second thing, when you have decided to write sentences in continuous tense, you must make sure to use the verb to be. As we are focusing on present continuous tense, the three kinds of verb to be we are using is, are, is, am, and are. How to make sure which verb to be used? You always look at the formula. Remember, for sihat group, you are using is. For I, you are using am. And for weird group, you are using are. So always remind yourself about the formula. Meaning to say, if you want to talk about, for example, yourself, you want to say that you sleep in the bedroom. So for simple present tense, you will say I sleep in the bedroom, because for simple present tense, it's just a matter of whether to add as or no as. But you want to say that you are sleeping in the room, then you have to say I am, because am, the verb to be am is for I. I am sleeping in the bedroom. Let's have a look at the next slide. So let's try this. She, with the blank there, and the verb eat, and the agreement is pizza. So we want to make a present continuous tense sentence here. Okay, we want to make a present continuous tense sentence here. So number one, look at the subject. The subject is she. We have to use is as the verb to be. And then we have to add the ing to the word it, or the verb. So the sentence that you will do or you will make is she is eating pizza. Remind yourself, you must have the verb to be here. The function of the verb to be over here is to show that the subject is from the singular pronoun. Other than that, to show that this thing happens in the present, not in the past, not in the future. You can't say sentences like she eating pizza, though you might want to say dia sedang makan pizza. The meaning of the sentence might be correct, but technically your sentence is wrong because you are lack of this verb to be, to show the time, to show the subject. All right, let's try again. Now the subject is I. The subject is I. See? The subject is I. Right. And then the verb is eat. I am using the same sentence. It's just that I changed the subject. I eat the subject. Sorry, I eat pizza. So when the subject is I, remind yourself that we have to use am as the verb to be. So I am. And then we have to add the ing to the word eat. Therefore, your sentence, your correct sentence in present continuous tense is I am eating pizza. I am eating pizza. Let's try one last time. Now we have the subject we. We have the subject here, we. So remember, we, if we look at the formula, it is in the weird group. Therefore, we cannot use is or am. We have to use are. We have to use are as the verb to be. So we are. We are. And we have to add the ing to the word eat. We have to add the ing to the word eat. And the sentence will be, we are eating pizza. Let's have a look at it again. She is eating pizza. Dia sedang makan pizza. And then I change the subject to I. Saya. I am eating pizza. Saya sedang makan pizza. And then we are eating pizza. Kami sedang makan pizza. Okay, so you have to understand that there are differences. Okay, there are differences between the simple present tense and also the present continuous tense. Okay, you have to remind yourself, it depends on you. Whenever you are making sentences using the simple present tense, so the rules are like this. Or you can refer to the previous lesson before this about the simple present tense. But if you are using present continuous tense, it is something like this. Okay, everyone? So let's have a look at your song. Let's have a look at your song. Before you look at your song, I want you to have a clear idea, at least half of it, the differences. I hope that you can see the differences between the two sentences. For example, like just now, he is playing and he plays. One is for simple present tense, another one for present continuous tense. So let's have a look at the lyrics in your song. Let me show this first. All right, so as you can see, the usage of the sentences all the lyrics in the song itself, it is using the present continuous tense. I am running, you are jumping, and you are hitting the ball, meaning you are hitting the ball. The next one, we are having fun together, we are playing volleyball. Look carefully the usage of subject. When the subject is I, it is I am, and then the continuous part, I am running. When the subject is you, we change the verb to be also, but the continuous is still the same, adding ing. You are jumping. And here, like I said just now, not all verb you can simply add ing. For some verb, like here, hitting, you have to add another t there, hitting. Okay. Other words like clapping, you have to add another p on it. So how to be good on it, with it, you have to practice more, you have to read more, then you will see the differences and you will know which verb that you can straight away add ing or not. Okay, like here, you are. So you are, it's not you is or you am. Okay, and then here, we are having fun together. Look at the formula again. We is in the we are group, so we is using are, not is, not am. We are having fun together, and we are playing volleyball. On the next verse, you have Sue. Sue, if you remember, if we look at the formula Sue, we will refer to Tima in Sehat group. So we say Sue is dancing. And here, Pete also in the Sehat group to represent Ali, to be replaced with Ali. Pete is singing. And here, he is playing the guitar. You see, Sue is dancing. Pete is singing. We are playing. And then look at this. Sam and Matt. Sam and Matt, more than one name. So it goes to the second group, the third group, the we are group, whereby the Ali and Tima, right? We replace Ali and Tima because we have two names here, Sam and Matt, are playing tennis. And they, the usage of they, the subject, same goes here. When the subject is in the we are group, we are using are. They are having lots of fun. So everyone, I hope that you have the idea now. Which one is the simple present tense? Which one is the present continuous tense? I have explained to you those simple present tense things which are simple, and then present continuous tense, something which is continuously done, repeatedly done. What are the differences from he plays to become he is playing? I hope that you have the idea. How and when to use it, it's up to you. But as we are in the lesson now, of course, we are focusing on present continuous itself. Okay, present continuous tense itself. All right. So after this, I am going to show you. Sorry, I'm going to show you the Google Classroom, because I am going to invite you to join my Google Classroom. I am going to give you the link. So you click on the link and you have to do the assignment. Right? So let's have a look at it. This is what you should be seeing once you have joined the class. If you are not able to see this, you click on the classwork and you should be able to see the assignment there. So I am not going to give you any kind of tutorial. I want you to try on your own. You have to click on the picture. You have to edit the picture. Make sure you type in your name. You type in your class. Actually, for this exercise, it is very simple because you just have to fill in the blanks correctly. How to fill in the blanks, you just refer to your textbook and you should be able to do this correctly. But one thing for sure, please make sure that you are using all lowercase. Don't put any uppercase in the middle of a sentence. Right? For most or all of the answers there, all are using lowercase, not uppercase, not even a single uppercase. So make sure of that. Once you are done editing, you can use any kind of editing purposes that you have, any editing software that you have. You have to turn in, you have to hand in, you have to add the file and turn in to me. Make sure you do that. Okay, everyone. If you have any problems, you just ask me. Like usual, ask me. I believe that you should be able to try and do this on your own. Please, please. I do this for you, not for your mother or not for your father or your brother or sister. I do this for you. Please try your best to do this on your own. Complete it on your own. Do it on your own. All right? So if you are done watching this video, make sure you leave a comment, put your name there so I know that you have watched this video until the end. So if you have any confusion between the simple present tense and the present continuous tense, you just ask me. I will try to explain to you if you need some more explanation. I hope this video will help you. With that, goodbye everyone. Assalamualaikum.